Hey guys, today I have deck reviews for the Artifice decks by Ellusionist, the blue and the emerald, and these are the version 2s. The V1s had a borderless design, which means they chipped a lot and didn't handle as well, so that's why I got the V2s. And for my review, I'm going to review the Emerald edition because I just like it a lot more. So when you take a look at the box, it has 5 lines of green. It looks like you take maybe like a green ribbon and kind of shredded it a bit. They look kind of like they're shredded. I think it's just design work, but when you look at it far away, it looks kind of shredded. Then the back design and some writing, and on the flap it says Artifice. That's kind of a cool addition to the box. I'm not really interested in the boxes of the cards though. What I really want to do is get into the cards. With this deck you get 2 jokers, and as you can see, the first joker right here has a Artifice card face down right there, and the other joker has the card face up, and it's an Ace of Hearts reveal. It's very cool. I really like jokers with the reveal. It's pretty useful in some tricks. And a Ellusionist add card and a double backer. So yeah, those are your extras you get with this deck. And let's get into the cards. You saw the back design on the box, but here it is again. It's got the design work on in the middle, and then the sides and the top and the bottom, and then some scroll work on the borders. And it's a very awesome look. I really like this deck. The borders are very clean. They're very white, which really makes the middle and the green pop a lot. I really like it. And let's get into the faces. The court cards are borderless. They have a borderless look and have a lot of new colors incorporated in them. A lot of red and blue and green mainly. If I can find some more. They're very classy. They don't pop a lot, but that goes a lot with this deck. It's not a very vibrant deck, and I don't think it was really meant to be. It was meant to be a classy look, and they just nailed that. Ellusionist did a very good job making this classy looking deck. The indices on the corners, the pips, they're very thin and they're very small, and everything is custom. The pips are custom, and the numbers on the corners are custom. Everything is custom about this deck, and I really like how the pips in the corners are very skinny, and I really like how they're printed so close to the corner, because that means when you fan, you can see a lot of the numbers. You can't see all of them. I can't name a deck that you can see all of them, but you can see a lot of them because they're so skinny and printed so nicely to the corner. And yeah, that's the look. Now let's get into the handling. The fans are very nice with this deck. They're not the greatest, but they do hold their own against other decks. They do fan pretty nicely, and that borderless look does make your fans look pretty good. And yeah, like that. You can see the borders. It's not just all white. Oops, dropped some cards there. There we go. So yeah, the fans are pretty nice. Not great, but not bad either. And that also means that if it's not that slippery, you can do nice cuts with them. And that's true about this deck. You can do any cut you want, and these cards will do just fine. And spreading in the hands is very nice. It looks cool because the borders are kind of thin. They're not like as thick as a bicycle deck. They're a bit thinner. The stock, this is one of my favorite stocks on any deck. It's not too thick. A lot of decks, you can tell when the stock is too thick. They just feel like a huge deck of cards. This definitely is a happy medium between too thick and too thin. It really found that it did not across that border. It's just perfect. It's very springy, so you can use springs and dribbles and all of that. You can do anything to bend the cards, lapel spreads, and this deck just holds up nicely. It doesn't beat up the stock at all. And yeah, just anything you want to do with this deck you can do. Magic, flourishing. It's good for magicians, flourishers, even collectors. It's a nice deck. Farrowing ability is not bad once you break it in. This deck is still pretty new, so it's not going to be great. But still, it's not terrible either. With the blue deck, you can get a bit better Pharaohs since I've broken it in more. But I mean, even with this deck, it's not that bad. So yeah, that is the Artifice deck for you. I'm going to be rating my decks in a different way. I'm going to be rating them on their look and handling and stock, all out of 10. And this deck, look-wise, it's just hit the nail on the head. It's such a nice, classy look. The back design is beautiful, and the court cards are very nice. So look, I'd have to give it a 9 out of 10. It's very close, but the pips could have been printed a bit closer. Still, they're pretty close, but still, you see quite a bit of white when you fan. And the borders could have been a tiny bit thinner, and I like them a bit straighter with no like design work, because then your fans look a bit more crisp. But yeah, the look is very nice. The handling, I'd have to give it a 8 out of 10, sorry. The springs are very nice, and the fans are pretty good. Not the greatest, but still holds their own. Stock, 10 out of 10. It's my favorite stock ever on any deck. It's not too thick, not too thin, and very springy, and always gets back to normal no matter what you do with this deck, even lapel spreads. So yeah, guys, this is my review. Sorry it got a bit long, but that was my review of the Artifice decks. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.